Access to formal financial services is still a huge problem in the world. You still have billions of people with no way to formally borrow or insure themselves. Up until now, the world's low-income consumers have had a very hard time borrowing money because they don't have credit histories. Cignifi changes all of that by giving people a financial fingerprint, allowing lenders and insurers in the emerging markets to understand customers.
We like to talk about our business as a digital acquisition and scoring platform. So it's creating a digital channel which will open up financial services in the middle market.
When we met at Cignifi, what was really exciting was the idea of a group of people who were absolutely the technical leaders in their field and using the latest cutting edge big data analytics, machine learning driven technology to provide financial services to the world's emerging consumers.
You see women in some of these markets sitting at the roadside, selling like a jasmine necklace or jasmine bracelet, and these are people. They're from a very informal economy. Without the understanding, it's very difficult to provide them financial products. So with the Cignifi solution, this is how we use data and to really understand that segment to assess credit. In return, that the financial institutions can now underwrite other financial products.
Our partners and customers buy a complete end-to-end solution from us.
We're utilizing call detail records, which is coming from telecommunication companies to understand their credit worthiness, and using that to create scores, etc., to help the financial institutions.
We work with AT&T, with Airtel in Africa, with Axiata Group in Southeast Asia. On the financial services side, big banks like Santander and local providers, they can go in and they can segment the whole population by riskiness, by propensity, by geolocation, by spending pattern, and so on.
We're running around 45 million scores every month, which is not really the limit. We can scale a lot larger to hundreds of millions.
Our differentiator is that we solve both the risk problem and the closely related problem of how do I acquire as a lender or an insurer, how do I acquire customers in a very efficient way?
And that's the goal for financial services companies in the emerging markets. If you're able to have a list that tells you this is the risk profile of every one of this group of maybe millions of people, and these are the people that are most likely to buy your product, that's the thing that drives down customer acquisition costs. That's the thing that improves underwriting performance. So we were introduced to Cignifi by the Amidia Network, which is an investor in Cignifi, also an investor in LeapFrog. Cignifi were especially interesting because they were so much at the cutting edge of what was being done in terms of using technology to drive financial inclusion. And that was really interesting to us at LeapFrog for both profit and purpose.
Stuart walked into our office. It was a Friday afternoon, and I think we had all forgotten that Stuart was going to arrive. I couldn't remember who he was.
I'm a very forgettable guy.
Yeah, and he walked in and we had a meeting during which he explained what LeapFrog did. And to my surprise, I found someone who was a smart institutional investor who appreciated not only what we were doing, but what the value of mobile business is in emerging markets. LeapFrog is an exciting partnership for us. We see huge opportunities for us to expand our business in Asia, both in South Asia and India, and in Southeast Asia. And LeapFrog has a footprint there and can help us address that market. And secondly, LeapFrog has this expertise, this deep expertise in the insurance sector. And insurance is an area which we feel is really ripe for application of the kind of digital technology that Cignifi has. Today, we have data from nearly 100 million consumers in our platform. By the end of 2018, that number will have tripled or even quadrupled.
If you think about that in terms of the different types of products, that Cignifi's technology can help to drive. That means people can get access to personal loans, to SME loans, other types of lending. It's relevant to insurance. I'm sure it will be relevant in the future to other things. So there's a scalability in terms of customer numbers, but there's also a real breadth.
We're very excited about the SME market in particular. It's a huge business sector which is starved for credit. Our aim is to reach over 1 billion consumers and small businesses with a variety of financial products over the next 3 years. And we are convinced that that's totally doable.